Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Joey, I'm an artist coach and today I'm gonna help you getting your music on Spotify playlists. In the last few years a lot changed in the music industry. We went from buying vinyls and playing them out in clubs and carrying all the heavy vinyl bags to walking around with our smartphones, listening to Spotify, listening to Apple, listening to Google Play, Deezer, all of those platforms which gave us the unlimited amount of data, which actually is unlimited amount of music. So all these changes in the music industry make me wonder, how do we market our music? How do we get our music to the consumer? How do we get our music to the people that we want them to listen to? So I'm gonna give you a few tips today about how you're gonna get your music in Spotify playlists. Getting your music in Spotify playlist actually means that you're getting a really big reach with your music, because some playlists even have like 1.5 million followers, which means that when your record is in that playlist, you will be in 1.5 million people's favorite playlist. So to me that's one of the biggest ways to promote your music nowadays. That's why I'm giving you tips how to get in Spotify playlists. But before we start off, I'm gonna start with some basic knowledge about Spotify. You have to know that there are 3 different kinds of playlists nowadays. You have curated playlists, you have user curated playlists, and you have playlists generated by the algorithm. A curated playlist is a playlist that is owned by someone who works for Spotify. A user curated playlist is a playlist that is owned by someone who is just a user of Spotify. So he created a playlist by himself and he gained a lot of followers by getting a lot of good music in one playlist. A playlist that is created by the algorithm actually means that it's created by robots. I'm gonna go deeper into this one later on. So now that you know how many different kinds of playlists there are on Spotify, let's talk about how you can get your music into one of them. Most of the Spotify curators and other influential people are having a look at the biggest blogs out there to see which track is hyping at the moment. So one of the most important things here is to get your music onto that blog. So how do you do this? One of the ways to do this is by hiring a PR agent. This will definitely cost you some money, but if you get a good one with a big network, a big track record and who knows a lot of people, it will probably pay itself back with a lot of features onto blogs. Another way to get your music onto blogs is by using platforms such as SubmitHub. SubmitHub is a website where you can select your own blogs where you would like to be featured on, and you pay a small amount of money to send your music towards the blog, so you definitely know they have to check them. If they don't check them, you get your money back, so you always get your money's worth. Another way to get your music onto Spotify playlist is by hiring a playlist plugger. This actually is kind of the same like a PR agent, but a playlist plugger is in direct line with playlist owners. So they have direct contact with the user created owners, but also the Spotify created playlist owners. Unfortunately, the playlist plugger have the same problem as the PR agent. You never have any guarantee. That's why you need to make sure that you find a good one. Someone that has a big track record, so you're sure that he already delivered on other projects and who knows a lot of important people. The next option actually comes down to putting in the work, and it's the best option if you are working with a low budget. You're gonna contact user curated playlists and I'm gonna show you how to do this. First, you're gonna search for potential playlists on Spotify that are specialized in your music genre. If you found the playlist, you're gonna click on the username and see if you can find a real name or another username and Google that username to see if they also have an Instagram account, a Facebook account or whatsoever. Any way of getting in contact with them. Because if you find an Instagram account or a Facebook account, you can send them a direct message to tell them that you make music and that you would like your music into their playlist. And now it actually all comes down by waiting. You did your best, you sent the message, and now it comes down to the person who owns the playlist. They need to come back at you to say, hey, we can feature your music, or hey, we're not gonna feature your music, but at least you have an answer. So for here, we're now just gonna wait, and we're gonna continue finding other playlists and send them out to them as well, because you never have enough playlists to be featured in. Now we're gonna continue on the part where the robots come in. We're gonna talk about the algorithm behind Spotify. Spotify keeps track about how your track is performing on the platform. If a lot of people are listening to a track and if a lot of people finish listening to a track, it will test well and it will be spread all over the platform because it tests really well. If a lot of people are listening to a track but they quit the track after about 10 or 15 seconds, that says that nobody really likes the track, so they skip to the next track. So it doesn't test well, so Spotify will cut the line and it won't spread it any further than it already is. So if you have a good track, which is really good and a lot of people are listening to it, Spotify will make sure that it reaches a lot of other people. That's actually how playlists like Discover Weekly are being created by Spotify. So the only way to hack Spotify's algorithm is to make music everyone likes, because if everyone likes your music, it will be spread to a way bigger audience through the Spotify algorithm. So these were just a few quick tips about how to get your music into Spotify playlists. If you have any other questions, or if you just want to reach out to me on any other social media platform, you can find me on Snapchat, Instagram and Facebook, or you could go to my website, which is artistcoaching.nl. I'll see you there. If you have any other questions, just send me a message and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.